This morning, the history of William Buffalo Bill Cody here in Colorado extends all the way to the 1850s. His shows traveled the entire world in the late 19th century. What is lesser known, though, is who was part of that show. Well, two CU professors recently uncovered documents and photos that show a group of cowboys from more than 7,600 miles away joined Buffalo Bill's Wild West. And I got the chance to visit a new exhibit in downtown Denver that tells their story. Signs typically provide information or instructions, but these ones inside the David B. Smith Gallery in downtown Denver
A sign like this is probably like 3 or 4 days.
tell a unique story.
And up here we have the Filipino Rough Riders when they first opened the season.
The exhibit is called Last Year's Wonders All Surpassed.
It's about the untold story of the Filipino Rough Riders in Buffalo Bill's Wild West. They were recruited at the end of the Spanish-American War as examples of the new colonies of the United States.
These signs were beautifully handmade by artists in Manila, showing what would have looked like if the group was the headliner in both English and Tagalog, each also showing the trek of the group as they traveled more than 11,000 miles, performing in 300 cities across the country in 1899.
Somebody might walk in here and go like, oh, I'm from Algona, Iowa. And all of a sudden they create this connection between themselves and this group of Filipinos.
Not part of the exhibit, but part of the research of CU professors Yumi Gennaro Roth and Emmanuel David is this picture showing the actual Filipino Rough Riders, one of the only pictures known to exist. On the back of the photo, this note saying, "Remember to Buffalo Bill's Wild West, the Filipino group, October 1900.
The reporting would cast them as like unskilled horse people, but they were also winning these relay races.
Both of the professors originally wanted to explore Filipino immigrants in Colorado, but what this showed them was something beyond their expectations.
When you think of the American West, the last thing you think of are Filipinos somehow involved in ideas of the American West.
Their findings even taking them back to the Philippines to research Philippine ranching culture.
And so for, over 100 years, there had already been a ranching culture prior to the United States coming in various islands in the Philippines.
And showcasing some of the ranchers and cowboys back in the gallery in Denver, shining a light on this group that would otherwise go unnoticed.
Cast them as primitive, as savage, and the more we dug into the story, we saw that they had full, rich lives. They tried to maintain ties to the Philippines.
It truly is a beautiful exhibit if you can check it out. The exhibit is open now, runs through February 22nd at the David B. Smith Gallery. It's off Wazee in Denver. So it was really great. It was also educational for me as well because, I know a brief history of Filipino culture. My parents are from there.
Sure.
I knew nothing about Philippine ranch culture. So this was very eye-opening for me, too.
Yeah, adopting that Western culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
And who knew?
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.